Hi guys, welcome to my channel. So I'm just coming at y'all today with just a quick video. I just want to talk about all these things that are just irritating me. So it might be a little bit of a rant, but I like to think that it's informing you guys, and some of these topics needs to be talked about, because if we're silent, nothing happens. And I feel like we definitely need to voice our opinions. If we have a voice, talk about it, let people know how we feel so it can encourage change. I don't know if you guys have known, but recently Tarte released their new makeup collection. If you don't know, I'm going to insert like a little picture up here or something like that. I don't know how many foundations were in there. I think maybe 15 or something like that. And out of those 15, I think 3 shades were for women of my colour. When it comes to black skin tones, we know it varies from you can be like from Alec Wet, like the dark juiciest berry, to I don't know, someone like Amber Rose. In the whole mix of shades for black women, there were only 3 shades available for our skin tones. So I watched Patricia Bright's video. So she tried all 3 shades. She managed to find a shade which didn't really match her skin tone, but it was the closest one. I've been seeing a lot of beauty bloggers talk about this foundation, and the 3 shades they swatched against their skin, and none of those shades could actually match their skin tone, which is really irritating to see. Because when I think about people like Rihanna, who last year, you'd all probably know, released her makeup line Fenty Beauty, she came out with 40 shades. 40 shades of foundation for women. Anybody could find their shade. So it's just disappointing to see a brand like that released a foundation line and they don't really think about including women of colour. Like, you have 3 shades, as if to say there are only 3 shades when it comes to the black skin tone. Nuh-uh, honey. So I just feel like it's just irritating, especially when black women spend the most in the beauty industry. We take pride in our appearance and the way we look. It's just sad and shameful to see that we're not even considered when it comes to the big brands. Like, it's ridiculous. But I don't know if you guys have seen this as well, but I recently saw on social media an Italian beauty brand called, is it Wycom or whatever? I can't remember, but I'll insert a picture again. They recently released a black nail polish, and they called it the thickest nigger. How the hell does this get approved within the marketing team? I am so confused. I read something about they released like a statement or something, and they said that it wasn't meant to hurt anyone's feelings or anything like that, that they just wanted to represent the hip-hop or the music culture, because it was a lyric by some rapper or something. So I think they have a few other nail varnishes named like Lap Dance and Bad Girl and stuff. Those words come from that rapper's lyrics. Out of all the words you could have used, why did you have to choose nigger, the most derogative term used towards black people? How do you make this mistake? I don't even think it's a mistake anymore. I think that brands are doing these things as a tactical move in terms of using it as a marketing tool. They're using it for publicity because they know people will talk about it, because people are outraged. They know people will tweet about it, or Instagram them, or boycott them, or talk about all these things, will Google them to look into them further to understand why they made such a stupid mistake. And I know Monroe tweeted a few things. I'm going to insert her tweets over here, but she was basically just reiterating that point that, yeah, brands are just using these things as tactical moves just to get the publicity, and we're basically fueling them and we're giving them what they want, because they're doing all these outrageous things to be out there. And it's so disheartening to think that stuff like this is still happening. The fact that these things are happening and brands think it's okay and that nothing's going to happen, and then all they do is issue a little apology. Oh, we're sorry, we didn't mean to do this, and here we go again. And they're still making their profits, because there are people out there that are still going to buy those products. In light of the whole H&M controversy that happened as well, you would think that marketing teams and PR specialists would be more inclined to make sure they have nothing that's controversial, nothing that hurts race or group of people. But out here, they're making informed decisions to release nail polishes with the word nigger on it. And like the whole H&M thing, with the black boy who was seen to wear the jumper that said coolest monkey in the jungle, and then you have the little white boy who's wearing the jumper that says some type of expert in the jungle. I feel like, the whole H&M situation, it might have not been done on purpose. That was just a misjudgment on their part, because they don't have enough black people in that environment or in their organisation to call out things like that. They don't understand, because they don't have people that can relate to it. Because I'm sure if a black person was in that creative decision making of these things, they'd notice actually the connotations of the word monkey. Like, why would you want to put a black boy in that jumper in the first place? Do you know what I mean? Because monkey has been used to hurt black people, and now you want to put a young little boy in that jumper and put it out there for the world to look at. Just wish that people were just more careful and they just really thought about their actions before doing so. But then again, it's like maybe it is a marketing tool, maybe it is something that they're doing just to get more publicity and more sales. You know, all you can do is talk about it, and that's great, you know, because we need to bring awareness and things like this. People need to be educated. I watched an interview that the parents had with ITV this morning, I think it is, with Holly Willoughby and Philip Schofield. His parents were on there, and presenters asked them if you had seen the stylist decided to put that jumper on your child and, you know, and ask him to model it, would you have questioned that decision making? They did go on to say that if they had seen it go on that day, they would have definitely intervened. But, you know, on a shooting day, the child is wearing so many outfits, like it's impossible to see absolutely everything that they're being put in. I think a lot of people were just outraged, especially when it's a young black boy, you know, a young little boy who doesn't really understand what's going on in the context of what he was wearing or anything like that. I think that it definitely just calls for questions. Who's in charge? What is the creative process? Like, why are things like this happening? It just raises a lot of questions with the brand, and it just calls for them to look into their organisation and are they representative of the different races and different ethnicities. And this actually leads me on to my next point, because I know it's like Fashion Week is coming up. Well, Fashion Week is coming up soon. And, you know, I'll be watching the runways to see if there are like black people, black females, black males on the runways, because there are hardly any. We buy into a lot of these products, into these designers and stuff like that, and we barely see ourselves represented in their campaigns or magazines. There are so many advocates for inclusion of black women and black men on the runways, and there is a lack of representation of black people in the fashion industry and in the beauty industry. And I know Naomi Campbell has been a big advocate for inclusion, you know, like we need more black women on the runway, we need more black women on the runway. And it's crazy because I was reading somewhere Jordan Dunn and Chanel Iman and Joan Smalls were saying that, you know, they sometimes go for castings and the casting directors say, oh, thank you for coming, but we don't need you anymore because we already found a black girl, we already found our black girl. Really, like, you just need one. There's room for more than just one, you know. What about representation? There are a variety of black girls, and there's not just one skin tone, there's not one look. I think they need to understand that we really need to be represented on these platforms, and it's crazy to think that just because they think they have one girl that represents all black girls. So yeah, I hope this is something that changes, because we just need more representation so young girls can grow up and see and like themselves in these models. They can see that actually if I want to do this, I can do this because that person's doing it too. So, you know, I have the ability to do so if I want to. And it just makes me so happy, the fact that Edward Enfield has been made the chief and editor of Vogue magazine UK. We need someone who's an advocate for black people and black representation in the media industry. We've taken a step forward in the UK, you know. Hopefully we can see more beautiful black women on the covers of Vogue. You guys in the UK, you'd know the UKIP leader, what's his name, Henry Bolton. His girlfriend, I don't know her name, I don't really care for her name. It was brought to light that she's been sending some racist texts about Meghan Markle, who's Prince Harry's fiance, to a friend. I've seen the text, I can't remember word for word, but I know she used the word nigger in it as well, and she was saying things like we can't allow it to infiltrate or take over our society, like this is our culture. It was all over the newspapers in the UK, and you know, people are asking for Henry Bolton to resign, and he's saying he's not resigning because he's got work to do with UKIP, and UKIP in itself already, like if you're in the UK, you know they are a right-wing party. But yeah, I mean, you know, Meghan Markle and Prince Harry announced their engagement at the end of last year, and I think lots of people are happy and excited about it, but there are a lot of negative people and there are a lot of racist things that have been said, especially when it first came out during the summer of last year that they were dating. If you're in the UK, you'd know there were so many newspapers talking about the fact that she was black and her mum had dreads and that she was American. Prince Harry actually had to release a statement stating, you know, you guys need to tone it the hell down because you guys are being racist and you need to stop, you know, being so slanderous towards her. It's great to see that the royal family are moving with times and they're more inclusive and they're not so set in their ways, that they can allow a prince to marry whoever he wants, whether she's black, white, Indian, purple. And I think just before Christmas or during Christmas, Princess Michael of Kent was seen to wear a racist brogue, yes, to a Christmas dinner, to the Queen's Christmas dinner, and it was a blackamoor brogue which I think which if I recall properly symbolizes that black people are less than, and that it symbolizes them just being maids and cleaners or doorstops. I don't know, just basically rubbish, in other words. And the press made a huge deal about it, and she apologized, stating that she wasn't aware of the connotations of the brogue. Bless Meghan, but I think she's just trying to find her way within this society and in this country and stuff like that, so she can't really comment on every negative thing or every racist thing someone says about her. I mean, she's had it her whole life, so she's learned to deal with it. And I feel like since the whole EU referendum, people have been more inclined to voice their racist and negative opinions. It's like Brexit opened up Pandora's box. All these racists are no longer scared to voice their opinion. They're like, hell yeah, we're going to say what we want to say, and we're going to say it damn right to your face. It's just so sad to see that, we take one step forward in society and we just take 50 steps back. Brexit really just opened up people's true colours. And I'm not surprised because, it just brings me back to the days of when I was younger, and I went to a predominantly all-white school. Yeah, I remember going to school on my first day, and someone in the corridor said to me, I can't believe they allow trash in the school now. And that was the first time anyone had ever said anything so negative to me. And I remember a lot of negative experiences from being in school, and you'd like to think that because people are so they're not informed, kids are not informed, but then you look at it and you think these kids were 14, 15 years old, so you're in year 8, year 9. You're teenagers, you're old enough to understand, what's hurtful and what's going on in society. I remember a girl put a pen in my hair. This was in class, and I was just sort of I didn't even know how to react. So I just remember sitting there so frightened to move or say anything, so I just pretended I didn't know what was going on. And there have been lots of experiences like that that I experienced, and I didn't really think, it was a racial thing, but the older you get, you start to realise kids know what they're doing. They're a product of their environment, so if they hear their parents say things, they believe that's the truth, and they perpetuate those ideas into society. I remember I had a friend, I met her dad. The following day in school, I remember this girl saying, my dad doesn't want me to be friends with you anymore. And I said, why? And she said, yeah, he just doesn't want me to be friends with you anymore. And I remember the look of this dad and this guy. There's a look, a feel, in the way he, now I can definitely understand why. The way he spoke and acted and stuff like that, you could just tell, okay? But back then I didn't understand. I was just sort of oh really? And then I remember trying to talk to her on Facebook, and then I'd gone on her Facebook and she'd blocked me and deleted me, and I was sort of damn, but the older I got, then I realised, okay, cool, it's because Nadine was a black girl. It's never actually spoken, but you can understand, okay? It does leave a sour taste in your mouth, but I'm very much aware that everyone is like that, and I work in an environment where, again, I work with a lot of people from different backgrounds and ethnicities and backgrounds and stuff, and I have lots of friends that are white, and not everyone is like that. So it's just it's crazy when you come across the odd few, the few that have those mindsets, and they definitely go out of their way to be heard. You see so many videos on social media, thank God for social media in a way, because it really does open your eyes. So many things are happening in the world, and you're able to access it and see all these things through the use of social media. But yeah, these are just some of the experiences, and it's just frustrating to see society is definitely changing. And I wouldn't say in a good way. It's sort of negative right now, like I said, with Brexit happening, and obviously Trump being elected president in America. All the racists in America feel like they're having a party. We just need change, and I feel like the way we will get change is if we have black people that are influential in these positions within organisations to act as a beacon to change the society, and we need people's mindsets to change. But yeah, sorry if I'm not making any sense, because this is literally just coming out as it is in my head. I don't have time. I'm not sitting here thinking, I need to say it in this way, that way. But yeah, so if I don't make any sense, my apologies, but I'm pretty sure you can all catch on to what I'm saying. The fashion industry, the beauty industry, politics, everything just needs to stop their negative portrayal of black people. It's going to take a while. It's not going to happen overnight, obviously, but I just feel like enough is enough. We are human, we are people. It's just sad that the few of them who are acting like this and causing these problems are, those in authoritative positions. It's crazy. But anyway, I'm going to stop this video now. I'm going to stop talking because I feel like I can go on forever. Yeah, so this is just my thoughts on what's going on right now. Yeah, so I'm just going to stop now. If you guys enjoyed this video, give it a thumbs up. If you agree with some of the things that I said in this video, definitely leave your comments in the comment box and let's interact. It's good to hear other people's opinions and views. So please, yeah, do comment and let me know your thoughts, and always contact me and interact with me on social media. So I'll leave it here or somewhere. So you guys can hit me up, message me, let's talk, let's interact. If you guys want to see more of these type of videos, just let me know, because I feel like this is something I'd like to do more often as well, just get my opinions and my views out there. Again, if you haven't subscribed to my channel, do hit that subscribe button, and I'll catch you guys in my next video. Thanks for watching, guys. Bye.